Slice, what did you think of the performance today, especially with being tested in a competitive situation?
We actually needed a test. This was good for us. We're learning a lot about our team, and maybe as important, they're learning a lot about themselves. Right? This was a game that we needed. You play somebody again so quickly, you don't, and the result that we had in the first game, you don't want their pride to beat any arrogance we may have. And we needed to guard against that. You know, the team we played today, even though they had the same roster, was actually a different team. I mean, everybody in the building saw that. They've had some more practices. They had a lot more offensive actions and sets than they ran the other day. And they came out, you know, with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, which you would expect, you know, men to do, grown men to do.
Did your guys come out a little bit, maybe just fatigued of this trip at this point? I mean, they've been here in the Bahamas a long time. This was their 5th game in 7 days. Had they maybe were they a little bit over this?
Well, it is a lot of games in a very short period of time. Oh, there aren't going to be any excuses on our part. Okay, excuses are just bricks that build a road to failure. You know what I mean? We're not laying those bricks down right now.
Slice, Kenny yesterday talked about dictating tempo, dictating defensively, and I wonder how well you think Tyler Eulis does at dictating, or if you want to prefer, harassing the other team's ball handler. How key was that today?
His key was the next to last possession that they had. Right? That's what he does. He wears you down. Right? He's got quick feet and a big heart, Tyler Eulis. And again, he's going up against somebody that has a lot more games, you know, under his belt. But you know, Tyler has a big heart, and he made a big play. You know, he stayed yard for yard, foot for foot, inch for inch, and disrupted, you know, their offense, and you know, turned it into a turnover for them and an easy basket for him, and the score that we needed at the end.
And then just you guys, you all switched up the platoon lineups at the end. You put Eulis and Lee in with the Harrisons. I think it was, I can't remember.
Yeah,
Nikari, yeah.
What impact do you think that had, and what made you make that decision to switch it up?
The reason to make the decision, you know, speaking to somebody in here before the game, I actually didn't want to get voted off the island.
Like Eulis and Lee kind of gave you the energy you needed with the veteran experience of the Twins.
Well, it worked. You know, sometimes things are 50-50 in life, and this time, you know, it worked, and they did a good job, and were what we needed.
2 guys we're going to talk to here in a minute, Willie and Trey. Obviously, haven't been out there with you guys, but how are they doing? How are they looking? I see you've been putting Trey through some workouts, you know, before games. Willie's going through some pretty rigorous workouts.
Yeah, they're on the early bus coming over. You know, in the NBA, you got the regular bus and the early bus, and those guys right now are on the early bus with, you know, Coach Payne, Coach Robick, and myself.
Could they play, Slice, if needed?
I think everything is right where it should be right now.
Where do they fit in, Slice? How do they contribute, do you think?
Well, we've got a pretty strong group of guys right now. And where they fit in is Willie's the veteran of those two, and Trey's the new guy of those two. They're meshing nicely. They're blending nicely. They're probably, you know, chomping at the bit, you know, to get out there and, you know, not just to be a part of this, but just to, you know, as their career continues and grows. You know, they want to be out there, and, you know, you're sure there's some anxiousness in there. But, again, you have to do what's best, you know, for the athletes. And right now, it's best for them to sit this dance out.
Lyles looks like a big guy with some skills.
Yes, he is.
Can really shoot the ball.
Yes, he can shoot the ball, especially when no one was guarding him the past couple of days. But he can shoot. He's a wonderful young man. Right? He's working hard. He's putting in all the efforts, not just with our coaching staff, but even with our strength and conditioning guys. He's handled his business, you know, throughout the summer academically. And, you know, like himself, we can't wait to have him on the court.
Last question. Slice, Kenny said yesterday that Devin missing shots was the least of your all's worries, but how good was it for him to hit some shots today and kind of get his confidence up?
Well, you know, it was nice when you're coming off, you know, a game where maybe you feel you didn't, you know, make the most contributions, you know, to get back, you know, right after it, and almost like a bicycle. You know, you get knocked off the bike and, You know, you just got to get back up on that bike and, you know, start pedaling again. You know, it was good to see him have some more success today, you know, as we go forward and, you know, prepare for our final game of this trip tomorrow.